Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Vinayak here, and I welcome you all for our webinar today on the new messaging features not to be missed in Domino V10 and V11. This session is hosted by HCL Software Digital Solutions Organization. Let me introduce the team. I am Vinayak, I'm the facilitator, and for today's session, we have Sandeep and Nilesh, members of our support staff, the presenters, and also I have Rajiv, Ranjit, Raj, and Shrikant as our panel members. Please note this session is being recorded and we have uploaded the presentation in the handout section. Also, please note that the participants would be on mute only mode throughout this session, and if they have any questions, clarifications, they can anytime post them on the chat, and our panel members would be more than happy to assist and respond to them. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you, and now I hand it over to Sandeep. Over to you, Sandeep.
Hello everyone, this is Sandeep from HCL Domino team, and today we are going to have a session on new features not to be missed in Domino 10 and 11. We will be covering the features of mainly messaging area, and this session is intended for customers who are currently on Domino 901 and they are planning to upgrade to Domino 10 or 11. And there are also some customers who are already on Domino 10 or 11, but they are not actively using these features. So this session is going to be helpful for all of them. So let's start. This is the agenda for today's session. You can just have a glance at this agenda for a minute, and after that we will be moving to next slide. Okay, next slide please. Now, the first feature in the list is document deletion logging. Document deletion logging is by far the most demanded feature in Domino, and Domino 10 supports document deletion logging. So with the help of document deletion logging, you will be able to track who deleted that particular document, at what particular date and time, then what was the type of deletion, like whether it's soft deletion or hard deletion or restore type of deletion, and any four fields from that document. So for a mail document, these fields can be sender, subject, delivered date, and posted date, or any four fields of your choice. A good thing about document deletion logging is it creates a single text file for all the databases in your server. So all the deletions will be tracked in a single text file. There are no multiple log files to search. And another important thing is this document deletion logging does not have any kind of a performance impact. So you can easily enable this document deletion logging on all the databases on your server. Next slide, please. Now let's see how to actually enable this document deletion logging. You have to use this command: load compact, then name of a database, -dl. -dl is for deletion logging, then on. There are switches like on or off, so we are using on, and then the list of any four fields in the document. So these fields can be subject, sender, delivered date, posted date, or anything. Now once you give this command, server will respond like deletion logging has been enabled for database and then the name of a database. Once you enable deletion logging for the very first time, server will create a new log file as delete.log in the standard technical support folder. So now let's move on to next slide. Now let's see more details about this delete.log file. This delete.log file will track deletions from all the databases, and this file will not be automatically recycled or it will not be overwritten by the server. This file will be always present in your server unless and until you manually delete it. Only when you restart your server, this file will be renamed as delete underscore server name underscore datetime.log. So in your server, you can find all such files, and server is not going to automatically recycle or delete them. You can also take a backup of these deletion logs if you want, and you can put it in your backup folder, and then you can easily identify from the name like delete underscore server name underscore datetime.log. So this name will help you to identify from which server this deletion log file is and the date. So now let's look at the actual contents of this delete.log file. There are two examples here. So this is how the delete.log file will look like when you open it. In the first example, the type of deletion is a soft deletion. In the second example, the type of deletion is a hard deletion. So soft deletion means user has moved that mail to a trash, and hard deletion means the mail has been already deleted from the trash. Now, apart from this, there is some other information as well. Like you can see the user ID who deleted this document, then the date and time at which the document got deleted, then the subject of a document, and there is also document UNID. So with the help of a subject, you can easily track that particular document in this file. So it is very easy to search because this is a text-based file. And using document deletion logging, you can also do a pattern matching. Pattern matching means, suppose if document is always getting deleted at 3 o'clock in the night, then you can easily track what activity was going on server at that time. So if this is happening every day, then probably some custom agent or some custom application might be initiating at that time, and that might be responsible for deleting documents. So you can also do a pattern matching. Another thing is you can easily restore from the backup because you know the deletion time at which the document was deleted. So you don't have to look into all the backups. You have to just look into the backup which is taken before that deletion time. So you can easily restore from it. And if you're interested in restoring from the backup, then we also recommend you that you enable the mail journaling, because if you have the mail journaling enabled, you will always have the copy of a database saved in the journal database and you can restore it from there. So that was all about document deletion logging. So let's move on to next slide. Now, the next feature in the list is Tier 2 level cloud support for DAOS. As you know, DAOS is Domino Attachment Object Store, which allows you to store the attachments in a separate NLO files. So, well, you may have enabled this feature say 5 years ago. So now at this time, you may be having the several attachments or NLO files which are not accessed in last 3 years or last 2 years. So you may be having large amount of data in that DAOS store, which is not accessed in last 2-3 years. So now it makes sense to move all that unused data to a cloud storage and free up your disk space. So we give you an option to move all that data to a low cost cloud storage. So basically, we are supporting S3 compatible storage services. So as of now, we are supporting two cloud vendors. One is Amazon AWS and second is Mini.io. S3 compatible storage means simple storage service. So Domino will use S3 API to push the data from on-prem to cloud. Now, the good thing about this feature is, suppose tomorrow if you want to discontinue the cloud storage, you can just take your all data back from cloud to on-prem and continue using it from on-prem. So in the next slide, I will show you the setting where you can enable this tier 2 level storage. Next slide, please. Now, this is the screenshot from a server document DAOS tab. Now you can see that there is a new option called as tier 2 storage, and you have to enable this tier 2 storage. Once you enable this tier 2 storage, your Domino will become capable of pushing data from on-prem to cloud. And those customers who are interested in implementing this feature, so they can just explore it more and they can come back to us if they have any queries. So now let's move on to next slide. Now the next feature in the list is scheduled messages. So scheduled messages are also called as future messages. Suppose if I want to send one mail now, but I want that mail should be delivered after 2 days or after 3 days or at any particular time, then I can send this scheduled message. This scheduled messages feature is very useful for sending announcements or events or newsletters or any type of a mail which you want that it should be delivered at a particular date and time. So this feature was also highly demanded by users that they want to send future messages. Now Domino 10 supports scheduled messages. So you need a Domino 10 server and mail10.ntf template. Even though this feature is present in the mail10.ntf template, but you also need a Domino 10 server because Domino 901 router will immediately deliver this mail because Domino 901 router does not recognize this particular feature. Now, in the configuration document, the setting allow users to schedule a delivery time for messages is already enabled by default. So you don't have to do anything here. That is already enabled in the configuration document. But still, the feature is disabled. So in the next slide, we will see how to enable it. Next slide, please. Now, in this slide, you can see the screenshot from mail policy setting. You need a mail policy setting to enable this feature. In the mail policy setting, you have a delivery option and then allow users to schedule when messages are delivered. You have to select this option and assign the mail policy to the users. If you already have any existing mail policy, you can just select this particular setting in the same policy. If you don't have any existing mail policy, you will have to create a new mail policy setting document and assign it to users. Once the mail policy is successfully assigned, now users will see a new option at their side. So when users are sending a mail, they can go to delivery option and they will now see a new option enabled as delayed delivery until. So now users can set the delivery time and mail will be delivered at that particular time. So now let's move on to next slide. Now suppose if you are using agents to send the mail, you can also use this scheduled messages feature in agents. You have to use $sent at field. So if you use $sent at field, Domino 10 router will recognize this particular field and it will deliver the mail at that particular time. Suppose if you want to check the status of a scheduled messages, you can use the commands tell router list and tell router show. So these commands will show you the status as scheduled or waiting for scheduled send time. So if you see some mails in the mail.box which are not getting delivered, probably they might be scheduled for their send time. One more use of this feature is you can send the mail in batches. So suppose if you are sending a bulk mail, so what you can do is you can just set the delivery time with the gap of a 10 or 15 minutes interval and just send all the batches at once. And then Domino 10 router will deliver the mail with the gap of a 10 or 15 minutes interval as per scheduled time. So you will not bombard your server with the bulk mails. So that was all about scheduled messages. So now I will hand over it to my colleague Nilesh for taking you through the rest of presentation.
Hey, thanks a lot, Sandeep, and hello everyone. Let's walk through some more new features not to be missed in Notes Domino 10 and 11. Moving on to the next slide. So our next feature is automatic dead mail processing. You might have seen several dead mails in your server mail.box. An administrator has to manually clear the dead mails for time to time. For some of the organization, dead mail deletion are already added in their daily checklist, and they have to manually check all the mailboxes to delete the dead mails from different servers. For some of the organization, they are taking manual efforts to delete this. And this is one of the highly demanded feature in Domino, which is requested by the many customers across the world. From Domino 10 and 11, now you do not need to worry about the manual processing of dead mails. This feature will take care of automatic dead mail processing. You can get this option in the server configuration document as shown on the screen. In this process, basically when mail has reached to the certain number of attempts, it will wait and try for the specific number that we have mentioned in the settings. If the mail could not be delivered, then the process will finally delete that mail. So on the screen, you can see I have set the allow attempt as a 12. So this automatic dead mail processing is going to keep your mailbox clean, and this will help your administrator to save their valuable time. On the next screen, we'll show you how to check the statistic. Moving on to the next slide, please. An administrator can also check the statistic using the Domino console command. This will help to check the retry count as well as deleted count. Using the command which has been shown on the screen, like the command like show stat mail.dead.retry count, and one more command is show stat mail.dead.deleted count. So you can always check the status of this. So this will be very useful. So just ensure that to enable this feature in your environment, and this will help your administrator to save their valuable time. Moving on to the next slide for our next feature. Our next feature is second signature for reply and forward messages. As you know, till now we are having only one signature, and that is used for the new message as well as for the reply and forward messages. That is not the actual problem if your signature is small or medium. But some people having a very long signature, that signature include many things like images, URL, your company profile, company address, many more things. Sometimes it may not require to include the whole signature. For 1 or 2 liner email, like you want to reply to any email for approval or for or disapprove, everything in the signature will unnecessarily take a much body space. Even for just 1 or 2 liner email that include the lengthy signature. And that is not something your user is looking for. What your user is want to use a concise signature for reply and forward, and a foot signature for new message. And that is sufficient for you. Now that you can do with the Notes Domino 10 and 11. With this feature, now users can set a second signature for reply and forward messages instead of appending a long regular signature on each and every reply and messages. On the screen, you can see now we have 2 options for signature. One is for the new message and second tab is for reply and forward messages. This is a very important feature for those who are using a long signature. So just make sure that you can also use this feature and make your user aware of this feature. And then definitely your users will appreciate this feature. So just moving on to the next slide for our next feature. ODS 53 support 256 GB database size. This is also one of the highly demanded features in Domino. The maximum size of the database allowed in Domino 10 has increased to 256 GB. Previously, it was 64 GB. In addition, the maximum size of folder has been increased significantly. Although the precise maximum size is difficult to quantify, but user can expect at least 10-fold increase in the folder size capacity. To take advantage of this increased database and folder size capacity, you need to upgrade the database to Domino 10 ODS with 53. Now to achieve this, you need to add a notes.ini, that is create underscore R10 underscore databases is equal to 1 for creating ODS 53. Once you set the ini, you can use load compact -c and the name of the database to upgrade the ODS. And also after we upgrade the database to ODS version on Domino 10, like a Notes 10 client can be open the database on the Domino 10 server and across all the content regardless the database or a folder size. But Notes 9 client can be also open the database without any issue. So there is no issue for opening the ODS version 53 database using Notes Client 9. But only if the database and folder size are within the limit. Up to 64 GB of the database size can be replicated to targeted replica or any of the version of the Domino server. To replicate more than 64 GB, the targeted replica must be on Domino 10 server and the ODS version is 53. Folders in the database that are within the size limit can be replicated to the targeted replica on any version of the Domino server or Notes client. If the folder in the database exceeds the previous release size limit, then entire content can be replicated only with the replica upgrade to ODS 53. So you need a Domino 10 and Notes Client 10. Yeah, moving on to the next slide for our next feature. Here is a new look for the mail entry in Notes Client 11. The user interface has been improved with respect to the mail template, mail design template, inbox, calendar, including a new Notes theme. As you can see on the screen, the brand new and fresh look for the mail entry form, also for the calendar form. Modern look for workspace has been provided. Also, icon has been made change. You can also change the workspace background, color, theme in the Notes client. And you can explore more when you are using Notes Client 11 with Notes Client 11 version of mail template. Moving on to the next slide for our next feature. So now calendar meeting are supported plus 24 hours. Meeting that are longer than 24 hours are now supported by the Notes calendar. With the older version, it is limited to 24 hours. But this feature requires a Notes 11 mail template. So just moving on to the next slide. So this will help to check the brand new look. And one more important feature provided, that is allow invitee to invite others. You can see this option on the screen. A meeting chair can allow attendee to invite or propose other people to attend a meeting. When you schedule a meeting, there is a new field, allow attendee to invite others. So sometimes you have missed someone, then attendee of that meeting can invite others as well. In that, we have three options provided. Allow is a default option. So allow attendee to use the invitation other button in the invitation. You can decide the proposed attendee. Second option is allow and auto accept. And third one is don't allow. So user can toggle the option as per their requirement. Now on the screen, you can see I have scheduled a message for more than 2 days, 58 hours. In this, I have scheduled meeting for 58 hours. On the next screen, we'll show you how the meeting look like in your calendar. Moving on to the next slide, please. You can see on the screen, the duration of the 24 hours plus meeting is accurately shown on the top of your calendar. The meeting will appear at the top of each calendar day and it appear as shown on the screen. But it will not block your entire day. You can always propose a new meeting time for meeting, and that occur over multiple days by dragging or dropping into another set of calendar days. So moving on to the next slide for our next feature. Now the last but not the least feature that Domino can support now adding up to 20 HTTP headers. In the current world of security is the main requirement for almost all the organization. Everyone is concerning about the security. Well, many customers are using traveler environment where they need to add this HTTP header just to ensure better security with HTTP protocol. We have received many cases where customers need to add more HTTP headers. And that's the reason our development team has made an improvement to website rule document for HTTP response headers. This feature is very useful for traveler server to meet additional security requirements. On the screen, you can see we have shared some sample HTTP headers. Like this kind of headers, you can add now up to 20. On the next screen, we'll show you how the website rule document look with the custom headers option. These headers are part of the security headers, and now onwards, up to 20 headers can be added. When you create a website rule document for HTTP response headers, you can now include up to 20. Previously, we are restricted to 3. In addition, you can designate it each for HTTP, HTTPS, or both HTTP and HTTPS requests. So this will also be very helpful for you, especially for the travelers. Moving on to the next slide. So friends, that's the end of our particular session. Now we will open up for the question and answers, and you can post your questions in chat. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Sandeep and Nilesh. I would request Ranjit to go over the questions. And while we are going over the questions and the responses, I would request all the participants to respond to our poll questions, which you'll be seeing on the screen. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a question. The mail not box, currently it shows the dead mail. For the example, will the schedule be obvious? Sandeep, Nilesh, the question is, the mail not box, currently it shows dead mail. For example, will schedule be obvious?
Sorry, I didn't get that question, but in the
So Sandeep, question is, whenever you send a scheduled mail and it is lying in the mail dot box on the server, will there be an icon denoting that this is a scheduled mail, just like it is for dead mail and held mails?
I think you can see it via tell router show command. So that will show you the status as waiting for their scheduled time. Okay, but for
But
the
you cannot.
icon we'll have to check.
Okay, so we'll check and get back to you on this. So next question is, what version of Domino is needed for custom HTTP headers? So HTTP headers were already supported in earlier version. With this, we have just added support for the number of HTTP headers. We have increased the number of HTTP headers that Domino can handle. So right, earlier it was only 4. Now we have increased it to 20. Can we directly upgrade from 9.x to 11?
Yes.
Sandeep, you can take that.
Yes,
Yes,
we
you
can.
can.
We can directly upgrade from 901 to 11. But if you're upgrading the same time server, then I will request that you just check the exact procedure to upgrade your same time server from 9 to 11. But other than that, there is no issue in upgrading the mail servers and all other servers, and you can directly upgrade from 9 to 11.
So there is a question, I think it is related to deletion log. He says that instead of sending it to text file, can we send it to syslog server? I think that is right. Let me know if I am asking a wrong question. So the question is, can we send the output for deletion log to a syslog rather than a text file?
That we'll need to check. Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll check and get back to you on that. And for meeting over 24 hours, are there any changes needed for resource room databases? Can you book a room for 58 minutes as meeting, 58-hour meeting as well? Say auditor will be on site and need a space for a few days. So does this, so the question is, does this extended meeting supports the extended reservation meeting, resource reservation as well? I think we have to check that as well and get back to you. And so there was a question which says, what HTTP header should we use with Traveler? It all depends on what is the security team at your organization is providing you and supporting. So
Yeah.
it lots depends on the front end devices and the back end devices. So there is no straightforward answer, because based on the type of devices, you use the different security headers, one which is supported by your front end devices like your firewall and anything else.
Yeah. Like there are many HTTP security headers, and depending on your requirement, you will have to use these security headers. So there are some standard security headers which you can use, and apart from that, there are also some other security headers which you can use. So based on your requirement, ultimately you have to decide.
Okay, so there is a question. We are running Domino 901 on Windows 2008 server. I know that Domino 11 is not supported on Windows 2008. Is there any suggestion of best practices in this case?
You will have to first upgrade your OS, maybe from Windows 2008 to 2016 or something like that, and then you have to upgrade your Domino server. So for best
Okay,
practices,
so
what we just suggest is, for a safety purpose, take a backup of your data directory and notes.ini to a safe place, and after that you upgrade your server. So while upgrading, don't uninstall the existing server. Just run the setup of Domino 11 on the same server, and it will upgrade your server. Okay, so don't uninstall. And anyway, you will always have a chance to restore from a backup if something goes wrong. So taking backup is very much important.
okay, sorry, maybe answered already. What about deletion logging on local? So I'll answer this. So deletion logging on local is also getting replicated to the server and it will get deleted. So even that will get logged on the server itself. So if you are not really replicating deletions on the server, then deletion logging on local will not be tracked unless and until. So I doubt that will be the case, that you are deleting locally but not really replicating to the server.
Yeah, correct. So
Okay, so there is a question, where can I get your presentation for session 1 and 2? So we will be publishing a article which will have all the question and answer, link to the video and the presentation, and it will get published. So look out for it. Okay, and so there is another question which says iNotes supports 256 GB. So can you answer this, Nilesh? Will iNotes support 256 GB?
It is a database site, so it will support.
yes, it is supported.
Correct.
It is,
So it
yeah,
is
it
a
is.
database site support, and front-end application doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So any
correct.
database size we have increased support to 256 GB, so it will be.
Yes.
I think we have answered all questions. So if there is any question that we have not answered, guys, so we will include that in the article that will be published for this webinar.
Hey, thank you, Ranjit and Shrikant and Sandeep and Nilesh for answering those questions. So as Ranjit stated, for all our participants, we would be making a knowledge article with the recording and the transcripts for everyone's reference. Thank you. Thanks for your time, and see you soon for our next webinar.